From Bulan saying the N-word to MacyJ falsely accusing someone of stream sniping. It's hard to imagine that these siege YouTubers were once some of the most loved creators on the platform. However, as a result of betraying their audiences, their lives have changed forever. Today we're going to find out what happens when a siege YouTuber becomes hated, starting with the 0.9 KD himself, Bulan. In the early days of YouTube, yardie was loved by just about anyone. What made him popular with his audience was that he had no filter. He's a man that always spoke his mind, and his abrasiveness was what gave him a loyal following.
Drop down yellow.
Yo, watch it.
There's a nomad on it. There's a nomad on it. You can watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Because the air jab kept him in. This guy can't place a fucking air jab. That's not how you place the air jab.
I place the air jab how everybody places an air jab.
It's an air jab. It's fine. Did its job.
No, you place the air jab so he flies outside. You don't place the air jab so he stays inside.
No, it's on the door. It is outside on the door.
That's why you place it on the bottom right.
Oh my god.
I mean, just learn. I'm taking nomad. You lost your nomad.
But little did people know that under his unfiltered personality, there was a dark side to him.
Fuck, you're a stupid fucking nigger.
Wow.
I'm not playing with him, he just throws.
After this clip of him saying a racist remark went viral, he was forced to release an apology, saying, "My name is Drip, also known as Yardie, and I'm currently a Pro League player for 92 Dream Team. I'm writing this regarding my past, and I would like to confront these issues head on and formally apologize not only to those I offended, but to the community as well." Drip has also gone on to be dropped from 3 Pro League organizations out of the 4 that he's played for. Whether it be from remarks, infighting, or the character trait of him always speaking his mind, it's safe to say that Bulan wasn't brand friendly. All of these events combined completely polarized his audience. On one side, you have his OG audience and the content creators that knew him who stuck by his side and saw that he was a changed man. On the other hand, you had the new fans who saw his behavior prior to his change and wanted nothing to do with him. And after a pro career that didn't amount to what he had dreamed, it was safe to say that Bulan had reached a low point in his career. Just like the next person on this list, who was MacyJ. MacyJ started making YouTube content around 18 years ago. This content was just skateboarding content of him recording himself doing tricks. The quality of this was pretty low, but the views kept raking in. This trend would continue when he posted gaming content that still would get hundreds of thousands of views. He'd keep up this content style of posting gaming clips and moving away from skating clips until the day that changed everything. January 6th, 2017. This is when he would post his first siege video ever, where in the video, he would single-handedly invent the Pulse C4 combo that you and everyone you know uses today.
The shield coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right on the stairs.
Ah! Ah! Wow.
This video would blow up for Macy, getting 147,000 views. So how did this beloved siege YouTuber suddenly find himself in the biggest creator drama in the past year? Well, it all started when MacyJ and another YouTuber, Varsity Gaming, were both streaming Siege. MacyJ and Varsity were both solo queuing the game, but by pure chance were put in the same lobby. However, they were put in the same lobby on opposite teams. The kicker here is that until later, none of them knew that they had queued into each other's games because of privacy mode. In their game, round 1 didn't have any crazy drama. It was a 1v1 between Macy and Varsity won, but pay attention to how he won.
You put a breach on the thing, so break it. You put a breach on it. It's gonna explode if we're gonna die. Break the door. You put a breach on it.
Oh, on the door.
Put a breach on it. Nice, yes sir.
You know, I guess he can't see my toes.
Now, nothing about that clip screams that Varsity is sniping, but Macy, on the other hand, thought otherwise.
The guy is stream sniping, so he just wallbanged the breach charge.
So I assume most people would think that the guy who called out that there was a breach charge on the door would be stream sniping, but I don't think he was, because we had a bulletproof camera on the rafters, and the rafters would be able to see both his feet going up to the door and see him running away. So it wouldn't be the hardest thing to call out, and it would probably have audio from the camera. I'm not saying it's impossible that the guy is stream sniping, but I think it's a little too quick to judge here.
And for now, that is all the accusation was, just an accusation. But how Macy reacts to his own suspicion is the icing on the cake.
I'm surprised the Valkyrie just let me walk through, past that door the first time.
Whoa, how would he know that?
They're stream sniping. It was obvious when they shot my breach charge in the last round.
I think Valkyrie's below, right? Oh, I thought it was an accident.
Friendlies were eliminated.
They're cheating, so it's pointless. I'm not gonna, even if I walk up there and shoot him in the face, I'm not getting any content out of it. So let's move on to the next round.
This is when Varsity was told by someone in his chat that he was going against MacyJ, and that's where all of the dots for Varsity would finally start connecting.
Wait, oh, the Valkyrie was Macy and he thinks there's a cheater on our team? Can't say I agree. No crazy high KDs or very low levels. I think this might just be a classic case of creator thinks people are cheating.
And Varsity was right. This was a classic case of creator thinks somebody is cheating, because little did Varsity know, Macy thought he was cheating. After both of them find out they were playing against each other the entire time, Varsity Gaming tweets out, "I didn't think it was that deep." And to be honest, it shouldn't have been. Because even though Varsity Gaming made this a video, content creators that are way closer have made videos twice as worse about each other as this, and at the end of the day, they're fine because they all know that it's just content at the end of the day. Macy missed that part. Macy instead took this as a personal attack when Varsity Gaming, in the same exact video, said this.
I'm not making this video to give him any hate or anything. I understand as a content creator it can be really frustrating when you get stream sniped a lot, but I think it's a situation where people are too quick to call it. I call out my friends Game Addict and Priest all the time because every single time they die they say someone's stream sniping them.
He clearly didn't want this to be an attack on Macy, so clearly Macy took this way too personally. After this complaining, the drama pretty much stopped. That is, until a few weeks later, when MacyJ and his girlfriend would both get swatted in their own homes. After they got swatted, MacyJ would tweet this. "It's been nearly 3 weeks since Varsity's video about me and I'm still getting harassed on all my platforms, but today my home got swatted. Sam was held at gunpoint at our front door before police raided our home, and of course the news showed up as well. I've been doing this for 10 years now and never before experienced this kind of hate towards me, so I just kindly ask that you guys please stop. I never imagined that throwing a game of casual will lead to these kinds of consequences, but here we are." A lot of people have since given the opinion that blaming Varsity for the stream sniping is unfair, which, to be honest, it is completely unfair. Someone else who was completely unfair is the next YouTuber in this video, which is E2 Smooth. E2 Smooth was one of the biggest creators on this list, but that was really because of one man, and that man is jynxzi. Whether E2 and his fans want to admit it or not, jynxzi absolutely made E2. But how exactly did that happen? Well, E2 started posting on TikTok as his first ever official try at being an influencer. These TikTok videos were just clips of him playing ranked, and they would actually kind of blow up at first, but it wasn't because he was good or entertaining, it was actually because he was so bad at the game. This would get him positive attention from the viewers as they were just trying to help him get better at the game, but eventually these same viewers would all turn on him, and it would all be his fault. To see what I mean, we need to fast forward in his career about an entire year. At this point, he had around 20,000 followers on TikTok, and he would eventually get noticed by jynxzi. Jynxzi would invite him to 1v1, and of course, E2 would lose.
Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard container. Down to 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go.
What's this kid doing? Freebies, chat! Freebies, freebies, freebies!
For the container.
Freebies, E2. Freebies, 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 freebies. Alright, good shots, E2. He's gonna try to track. Freebies, E2. Come on.
Op 4 eliminated. Secure the room. Protect the bio container. Hostile activity. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized.
GG's.
Op 4 eliminated.
These 1v1s would get E2 so popular that he would get people to play ranked with him and carry him all of the way to champ. This would make him get egotistical because he thought that he earned champ when in reality he was carried to that rank. This same ego would be the reason that he would actually lash out at jynxzi, the man who made his career out of jealousy. This beef would cause him and jynxzi after a while to do another 1v1, but this time jynxzi was a lot older and a lot better, and he didn't take it easy on E2.
Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. Intervene immediately. Attempting to secure the container.
What did you think? What did you think when you challenged? What did you think when you challenged me to a 1v1? What was going through your head? I gotta know. What was going through your head? What?
All friendlies have been eliminated.
What am I doing?
All friendlies were eliminated.
What on earth am I doing?
Op 4 eliminated. Prevent further access to the biohazard container.
How is this kid alive? I don't get it.
Hostile activity. Op 4. Biohazard. Op 4.
Dude, I swear to God, every round he wins, it's like that.
Failed.
Like he's just
All
one
friendlies
health.
have been. Further access to the biohazard container. Friendlies victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
What happened? Why would you challenge me to a 1v1?
After he did this and after he gained such a tiring ego, eventually his fans would stop supporting him, causing him to fall off of the face of the earth. Someone else who fell off the face of the earth was this next YouTuber, which is Minkxy. Minkxy was known for YouTube videos and streams of him hosting custom games with his viewers. Things like 2 champions versus 5 coppers or 5 champions versus 5 pros. You get the idea. He made those kinds of videos. And they were thriving in the R6 space with him being able to collect over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Fans appreciated his gameplay and YouTube videos in general, but it would be exposed that he was actually one of the worst Siege creators behind closed doors. Minkxy did everything in his power that a YouTuber could do to get canceled, and he did it all within a year. He was, for one, caught cheating multiple times, not only because people pieced it together, but because he openly talked and bragged about it.
Here is his other account that was caught cheating. Little did Minkxy know, R6 Tracker also provides us his prior alias, and as we see, it was Minkxy, and then he changed his name to try and hide it, but his walnut-sized brain didn't comprehend this and could not cover his tracks. And yet again, Minkxy, with his inflated self-ego, thinks having 3 banned accounts is an accomplishment, as he openly says he doesn't have just 2 accounts banned for cheating, but 3.
Not only did he cheat, but he also was messaging underage girls, which was posted on Twitter. Something else that was posted on Twitter, however, was the fact that he was also racist, and there were many clips of him saying the N-word on Twitter as well.
I'm so sick of people like this, dude. What? You're gonna expose me for racism? I said n***a. Deal with it. Yes, I'm white. I have white skin. I said n***a. Nigga, nigga, nigga.
Think of any influencer that's been canceled and why, and Minkxy has done it. He was textbook definition, being in filth of a content creator. Everything that I've stated eventually made him delete everything involving the drama, as well as deleting most of the YouTube videos on his channel, which would be the smartest move he could make. Someone who was even dumber though is Get Flanked. Get Flanked was one of Siege's earliest content creators, making videos as early as the Siege beta. Because he was able to pioneer content creation for most of the game so early, this put him ahead of every other content creator. Well, at least most of them, because someone else that was doing just as well was another creator, Rogue9. Rogue9 had been making videos and was very successful in doing so. Eventually, they would cross paths and quickly become friends, but this would eventually lead to both of them leaving the internet forever. We aren't there yet. Get Flanked and Rogue9 became friends and made a Siege podcast together called the Hot Reach Podcast. On this podcast, they talked about anything Siege related. Patch notes, operator balancing, pro league, Twitter drama, you name it, they talked about it on the podcast. Because of the unfiltered relatability of this podcast, as well as them both having their own YouTube presence, this podcast did very well. So well, in fact, Ubisoft invited them out to record an episode at Ubisoft's own recording studio. But this is where everything would go wrong, and Get Flanked would show his true colors. When they arrived along with the Ubisoft staff, Rogue9 would eventually come to find out that the head of the event was actually a girl that had friend-zoned him just a week prior to him flying out. This made Rogue9's time at the event a living hell, as the staff that she spread rumors to would belittle him and disrespect him the entire time they were there trying to record their podcast. With Get Flanked there, you'd think that he would have his business partner and his friends back, but it was actually the complete opposite. Get Flanked and his greed would use this as an opportunity to actually badmouth Rogue further, just to blend in with Ubisoft employees and to get brownie points. What this did was allow him to gain a better relationship with Ubisoft moving forward at his friend's own expense. We know this because Rogue9 has a lot of evidence in this video titled Get Flanked Lied and MacyJ corrected his previous comment. This video, which I won't get into, is a 40-minute long rant that Rogue has on the entire situation that uses evidence and logic to disprove Get Flanked's video where Get Flanked tried to justify everything that went on previously. If you want to know about exactly what was said and how he defended himself, go check out that video. Aside from that though, it's safe to say that Get Flanked let his greed get the best of him, better his relationship with Ubisoft. If you don't believe me, as a cherry on top, he actually works at Ubisoft now. Compare that with pretty much everybody in his own community giving him backlash. This is just one of those cases with so much proof and evidence that it's only right to call it a fact instead of a rumor. But with that out of the way, that's it for today's video. Check out this next video, and I'll see you there.